So last week, WordPress released the latest 6.8 update. And while there wasn't anything drastically different, there were a few notable changes I wanted to share with you today. And one of the first updates I want to show you in WordPress 6.8 is the update to the styles panel. Now, if we go ahead and look at a site that is on 6.7.2, as you see here on my demo site, we come to Appearance Editor. And in this panel, we'll go to Styles, and you'll notice the styles remain here on the left within this same panel, and is a little bit more condensed. So as we click through, it updates on the right hand side just as it would. But now if we go to WordPress 6.8 and jump into Appearance Editor, and we click Styles, we now have a more expanded panel here where once you click Browse Styles, it comes into that page that we're more familiar with on WordPress 6.7. But we now have a little bit more expanded styles here where you can choose individual typography, the colors, and background, and so on. So it seems like they definitely improved the UI a little bit here on the styles panel side. It is quite a bit different than what we see on 6.7 or before. Now, there were some additional updates made to the block editor. One of the ones I wanted to show you was this new query total block. Now, this is a block that you can only find in the block selector if you are within a query loop. And what this does is essentially shows you total number of results found within this query. I find this handy if you're wanting to show on a results page, or maybe even a blog page of a specific category. You want to show how many posts are in that category. Additionally, within the query loop block, you now have the ability to ignore sticky posts, whereas in 6.7 and before, it's just include, exclude, or only. So you have a little bit more control over those sticky posts in the latest update. Now, one of the bigger updates performance-wise in WordPress 6.8 is the speculative loading. As you can see here on the 6.8 overview page, it talks about speculative loading, where essentially what happens is when you are navigating a website and you go to hover over a link, it is going to preload that page on hover, expecting you to navigate to it. So as I go to hover on sample page, it's already really preloading that in the back end, and I click it, and it essentially is meant to be like an instant loading, so it helps improve the performance of your website. Now, it does note that this only works on modern browsers, and it simply won't affect any browser that is not modern. However, if this speculative loading update is causing a conflict with maybe a performance plugin or any particular setup that you do have on your website, you can add a snippet PHP to your functions.php file. Now, I only recommend doing this directly in your functions.php file if you're using a child theme. Otherwise, you can use something like Fluent Snippets or Code Snippets plugin, or any other plugin that you prefer that allows you to insert PHP snippets. Now, all you have to do is go in your functions.php file and insert this line, and essentially all that does is disables that speculative loading feature in WordPress 6.8. Now, additionally, WordPress also introduced additional password security in WordPress 6.8, introducing what's called bcrypt. And this is essentially just additional hardening to the password security within WordPress, which is all goes right over my head. But with WordPress powering over 40% of the web, I am all on board with improving security in any way possible. In addition to the few little updates I've shared with you today, there are plenty other accessibility and performance updates in 6.8. Feel free to check out the link below in my description to read more about the release. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.